Rappers are buzzing after news broke that Lil Durk is getting released from jail, thanks to a bold move by his lawyer. A viral tweet read, "Durk's lawyer just submitted the sneakiest bond proposal I've ever seen. We're actually about to see him free before GTA 6 drops." The popular legal page, Lawyers for Workers, also shared the update on Instagram, adding to the hype around Durk's unexpected release.
Lil Durk case, his lawyer Drew Finling not giving up on the application for a bond. Now, they were denied last week by a magistrate judge. In federal court, you have a magistrate judge and a district judge. The district judge is on top of the magistrate judge. So if the magistrate judge denies you, you can ask the district judge to take a look at it. That's what his lawyers are doing here. I think this is a good decision because, quite frankly, in front of the magistrate judge who denied Lil Durk, Drew Finling could have pulled a rabbit out of a hat and that magistrate judge would have remanded the rabbit. You have to consider the fact, and I hope the district judge will, that this case, as pled several months ago, has been significantly watered down in terms of how it's being pled against Durk, where you used to have an allegation that we, the government, are going to prove to you exactly who he paid the bounty to. Now the government's saying, oh, we're not going to be able to do that.
According to Mo the Villain, the judge initially denied Lil Durk's bail request on the spot due to the severity of his case, which involves an alleged murder for hire. However, Durk now has another shot at freedom. A new judge has scheduled a court hearing for June 2nd to review his third bail request, now set at $2.7 million. This time, the hearing will be with the main judge, and what happened during his last court appearance could play a key role in helping him finally get released.
Update on Lil Durk. He had his bond hearing today. He looked good. He looked like he was in good spirits. No crazy weight gain or anything like that. He looked good. The judge was on the same vibe she was on last time, which is that, wait, they're saying murder for hire. They're saying you put bounties up. They're saying you ordered. They're saying I'm saying that's going to be no bond. There's basically no argument you can make to this judge in a murder for hire case to get a bond. Is that the prosecution's case has taken two major hits. One, the prosecution has had to abandon their allegation that he rapped and celebrated about this murder, that he put these lyrics out talking about, oh yeah, I got you. You out here screaming, no, no, crying in the street. Prosecution had to back away from that allegation. It was proven false. They need that allegation.
What might actually lead to Lil Durk's release is the fact that prosecutors have started tearing down their own evidence against him. It appears they're intentionally weakening their case, not to help him, but to prevent him from qualifying for bond. Ironically, this tactic could backfire and end up working in Durk's favor.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this.
As he pointed out, the case against Lil Durk is falling apart, especially since prosecutors can no longer use his lyrics as evidence. With that major piece off the table, Durk's own lawyer called the entire charge a joke. The feds, originally, built their case around his lyrics, but now they're not even relying on them, making their argument look weaker than ever.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Knowing there's barely any solid evidence against Lil Durk, Drew began asking around the rap industry about the songs the feds were trying to use. He quickly discovered that these tracks are old and irrelevant, making them a weak foundation for any case. This gave Durk's legal team a new angle. They can now show the judge that prosecutors are grasping at straws and clearly don't have a strong grasp on the case.
Got the indictment, we noticed, and we started hearing from people in the music world. People are like, this doesn't really make sense. That song, those lyrics were done a long time before that. I mean, we were hearing it from all different directions. We were hearing it from studio people. We were hearing it from people that wear suits to work every day, executives.
Exactly, yep.
And so we were like, we got to get to work here. We got to figure this out.
Because of all this, Durk's lawyer stated they're ready to take the case all the way. But with the new charges added, that strategy could be risky. On Thursday, it was revealed that a California grand jury indicted Lil Durk on a new charge, stalking, resulting in death, linked to the death of Quando Rondo's cousin in August 2022. Still, Durk's lawyer didn't seem shaken. In fact, he made it clear that even if a plea deal were offered, they have no intention of accepting it.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're prepared to take this case all the way for one key reason, something Durk's lawyers have been keeping in their back pocket to use when the time is right. But here's what it is. Everything Lil Durk does online, whether it's through his music, interviews, or tweets, is protected under his First Amendment right to free speech. His legal team plans to use this argument as a major factor in ultimately winning the case.
The First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about. And that doesn't mean just because the story is...
Things are looking so promising for Lil Durk that even lawyers online are weighing in, saying he's likely to be released from jail. Just like Young Thug was, the momentum is clearly shifting in Durk's favor, and legal experts are starting to take notice.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted. And I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months.
He also pointed out that the prosecutors clearly don't understand rap culture, a common issue in many rap-related cases, including Young Thug's. All Lil Durk's lawyers need to do now is lean into the First Amendment argument, and it could be enough to shut the entire case down.
And I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip-hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
However, when you dig deeper into Lil Durk's new charge, things start to get really serious. Some of the most chilling pieces of coincidence evidence have surfaced. Durk literally rapped about watching the news and hearing someone scream, "No, no," while Quando was actually seen on the news screaming those exact words.
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
If they're presenting this kind of evidence, it really makes you wonder how much they actually have. After digging through the court files, I found a key update that many have overlooked. Over 230 gigs of digital evidence, including audio and video recordings, surveillance footage, and 20,000 pages of reports, are currently being processed for discovery. This information comes from a snitch inside the F camp, allegedly known as Jam. A court update also revealed that the feds believe Lil Durk paid to have 2 people taken care of. First, Stefan Matt, who attacked Durk's brother Defang, and second, Jam's baby mama, who tragically passed away after Jam wore a wire around Durk. The feds see Jam as the linchpin in building their case against Durk for 3 separate crimes. Not only is Durk being targeted in connection with the death of Lil Pab, but he's also linked in the evidence files to 2 other Chicago murders. The situation escalated when Durk apparently realized Jam was wearing a wire during an Instagram live, where Jam was seen pulling up the collar of his jacket while whispering.
I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, feeling like back in the day. Oh, my!
Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I used to have a dare. Architect. Having a dare. School trying to stop that.
However, months before ending up in jail, Lil Durk already sensed that Jam was acting suspicious. It turns out Durk has been playing 3D chess the whole time, fully aware that Jam was likely going to cooperate with the authorities.
See shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your way is gonna cooperate.
Durk later opened up about the situation, saying he doesn't even let his close friends know where he lives and never shares personal information with anyone. You can tell he's genuinely hurt and disappointed knowing that Jam ended up snitching on him.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the.
You say everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
Just a reminder, Jam is the same man Lil Durk gave $50,000 to during an Instagram live. But what's even more important is to pay close attention to the people in the background of that live stream. They could hold key significance to the whole situation.
What's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get the milk, bro. Get the milk for some big mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
for my baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money. Do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof
bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did all?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years. 12 years. So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The feds took a close look at the people in the background of that Instagram live and realized they were the same men seen jewelry shopping with King Von. Even more, these men reportedly traveled to Los Angeles to carry out a crime on behalf of Lil Durk.
Solitary
They
stone.
we just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
You got to be what up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy.
Let's go. They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
Because of this, Lil Durk's name is now tied to the death of Jam's baby mom, as well as to the violent attack involving Stefan Matt. It all began with an Instagram story that simply said "defang," posted just 30 minutes after Stefan Matt passed away, followed by another story the next day showing Lil Durk laughing.
You can't see us, boy. What? Tweaking my folks. Hey, somebody always said slap con. Somebody always said slap con.
The case against Lil Durk takes an even darker turn with new snitch rumors emerging. Prosecutors delayed Durk's bond hearing to gather last-minute evidence, and whispers about a new informant have been circulating in the courtroom. This all unfolded during Durk's second bail hearing, which was denied, likely influenced by the recent arrest of Brick Baby just 1 week prior. Brick Baby, along with Big U, Loose Cannon, and others, were taken down in a massive rolling 60s gang sweep. Lawyers and insiders now believe Brick Baby will turn snitch on Lil Durk. The timing of these arrests has raised suspicions that the feds will pressure Brick Baby to spill everything on Durk, especially since Durk was originally targeted for a murder-for-hire charge linked to Brick Baby. What many don't know is that 3 years ago, Brick Baby did a live stream claiming, "You can't say Durk never slid for Vaughn because they got Lil Pab." When Lil Durk was arrested, Brick Baby happened to be live streaming, and during the stream, the producer aired an old interview of Brick Baby, making the moment extremely tense. It almost seemed like Brick Baby inadvertently drew federal attention to Durk's name.
Was this an attempted hit or
You can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
Like, who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no.
But did you know Brick Baby also did something even worse? Something the feds highlighted as key evidence? They pointed to lyrics from the Wayne and Jackie Boy track that say, "Told me they got an ATF goat, got the location, go," and linked it to Brick Baby's own statement. Brick Baby reportedly said he would have given up Rondo's location if Lil Durk had asked, claiming loyalty to Durk. Now, all the feds have to do is check the iPhone logs, which are stored for up to 10 years, to confirm the connection.
Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, I probably would have been coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd up it.
Right.
If there's any evidence showing Lil Durk asked for that ATF tip, it could be game over for him. But what makes Brick Baby's arrest even more interesting is the claim from Charleston White, who says he's the one responsible for getting Brick Baby locked up by the feds.
I'm the one that put the feds on Brick Baby. I keep telling y'all niggas think I be playing. When Brick Baby went to Houston and was playing on the internet and put that $10,000 stack on his head and indirectly said, "Hey, I got some money on Charleston head," and he continued to act like he was pursuing me. I made a federal report. First, I called Houston and made the report to Houston, but I did this through my law enforcement friend. So, not only that, we filed a report with the feds in LA, along with the LA County Police. I swear to God.
Charleston White isn't exactly a fan of Lil Durk. In fact, he was openly happy when Durk was arrested and even called it a victory for the community.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
But did you know that just as Lil Durk was about to be released from jail, his wife India Royale was allegedly caught cheating? A viral tweet claimed, Durk's baby mama India was seen at a party with her hand on another man's leg. The Gee. Footage was reportedly shared by one of her friends, and screenshots surfaced that made the situation even clearer, showing India's reaction the following morning.
Family, do we know you? Yeah, you a grown man. Do y'all remember when men used to like lay concrete, change tires, go to war? Now these niggas on the internet gossiping all day. Like, what's happening?
As the story went viral online, both 6ix99 and DJ Academics shared their opinions on the situation. Meanwhile, fans worry that all this drama could be taking a serious toll on Lil Durk's mental state.
All right, so you want to bet 10,000 right now that hold on,
Durk,
hold on.
told about some other
We talking about India.
She's a good girl. She's
You met her?
I haven't met her. But,
So why you saying she a good girl? Like,
because I hear the drama about everybody's relationship, and I know any rapper who could say something about me and they got a public girl, I could tell you who your girl off when she was mad at you. Like, I know all of that. I've never heard no dirt about her. Just to keep it a beat. Never heard nothing about her, period.
all right, but she gonna be faithful to the trial.
Yes.
Anything after that?
I mean, you never know how it goes. I mean, if somebody, how does it go if somebody's, again, I'm not wishing upon him, but if you get life, like, how did that go with your girl? She's supposed to be faithful or no?
With all the evidence shared in this video, do you think Lil Durk will be released from jail, or will he remain behind bars until his trial? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.